This is not the worst one lander to keep, but it's pretty bad. I guess we can keep this instead, and it'd be sort of, well, well, it's pretty bad, but it's fine. One just passes, so I don't know what's that about. Maybe I want to make a construct. Maybe they want to discard a monster to their cleanup on Gorayo. Could that be plausible? Or they just misclicked? No, they did want to discard the Grizzlebrand. Yesterday you bought the Metapie guide and instantly top 4 the Modern Challenge. So would you say that the guide just effectively pays for itself? Maybe I'll make a construct if they're gonna mess around. Like, if I draw a Titan, I will not be able to cast it, but that's fine. We can wait. Like, even if they reanimate Grizzlebrand on turn 2, on turn 4, that doesn't seem to matter. Whose guide? My guide. Go to metapie.gg/@canister to check it out. There's gonna be an update, a second article, a Mulligan guide. Plus, I'll be talking about the PT tech on Monday. It's almost finished. Let's get a Vexing Bauble. Yeah, nice deck. Like, they skipped their first turn on a play. That's kind of crazy to do. Will I be in Liverpool or not because the main event is standard? I will not go to Liverpool, not even because it's standard, but I guess on top of that, I guess that also plays a role, but I just didn't feel like going. I will be at the RC in Antwerp though. The Amulet Titan should be called Primeval Vigor instead. Maybe Spelunking of Vigor would be an apt name. You could also call the deck Analyst Woodland, which is funny because there's one copy of each, but have I watched a 6-sided video on Ouphe? I actually have, yes. I have to say that in the Ouphe video, the appearance of Mr. Boschenroll, like, he's such an archetypical legacy player. Exactly what I like. He's the living stereotype. Like, would you like to elaborate? Well, the blue gamer who is like, yeah, why like should we play a combo? Like, all I want to do is get wastelanded and dazed all day because those cards help me take decisions. And it's just funny. Which is also understandable that that's how they like to play Magic the Gathering, but I think there is beauty in funny decks. They can only draw 7. Which, too bad it kills the Grizzlebrand again. Doesn't exile it that way. Could you have won if you Vestige into Scapeshift? I could have, yeah. If I cycle my Bauble and my opponent doesn't have Force of Negotiation and their top 10,000 bajillion cards, then yeah. But I thought I preferred to do it the other way, while I pressure them with the constructs, and then they have to reanimate the Grizzlebrand, and they can only draw 7. And then I have the Scapeshift for the next turn, which, like, at this point they will have the Force of Negation, but they will have to answer the Bauble as well, which might be inconvenient while also trying to tackle the constructs. But maybe now they will just solve it with both. And pass with 7 cards anyway, so it's tough. Actually, only 7 as opposed to 14 or 21. It's still fewer cards, right? I'm going to print a 100 pages article to say how cool it is to bounce my own land and pretend it's a guide or whatever. Yeah, with daisies and gashes. That's like how you want to bounce it. I see. Well, fair, I guess. Hi. Hello, Mr. Jimba. Force of negation is unfair. And I guess unavoidable right now. Mirrorpool to Poppy Pact. Sure. Guess I'll play the Saga. I mean, they can force Scapeshift. It's like a secret trick. You just actually spend your first, like your 3 mana counter magic on my 4 mana spell. No, wiadomo, kurwa, że pitchuję tego Force'a, ojca. How do you even bluff Force of Negation, Chad? Like, it's free, so you either have it or not. They drew 7, indeed. I bluff Force of Negation. Maybe, I don't know, maybe playing Urza's Cave was actually better than playing the Saga. I was trying to think which one is better and I couldn't really understand. Here I attack, so if they want to Goraya block, they lose their creature. Do you even have the second Goraya? Probably you do. I fetch island. I Gorayos my Griselbrandos. Maybe even Atraxa is better at this point. No, you don't have a second Gorayo. Well, maybe you just want to surveil and then Gorayo. What they pitch? They pitch Frog. So Frog was their in Atraxa. So Atraxa makes sense to pitch. They pitched Mending. So I don't know if that tells me much about their hand. You discard Atraxa anyways. You discard Frogs, which means that you're like you weren't flooded, so you didn't have too many lands to discard. Like you discard a spell. That was your weakest things. Maybe you just Sorcery Speed Gorayo. You Ephemerate. No i chuj tam, dobra. Solitude, Force of Negation, Thoughtseize, okay. No Ephemerate, Swamp. How are they winning this? They just skipped their first 2 turns this game. Kind of crazy. I mean, how? They just reanimated Griselbrand anyways, which is pretty good. That's how. And they were in a position to use it to block. When Gorayo calls, I summon Griselbrand. Truly ironic, I know. I ephemerate, 20 new cards. Swamp Thoughtseize Solitude Fawn. Guess if I join Titan, we can do something nice. Maybe not, even. Just Solitude, Strand, Ephemerate, and Prismatic Ending. Thoughtseize me, goes down to 7. I hear you when I tremble, and when I whisper. Alright, chat, don't lose hope yet. We drew Scapeshift. They do have a Force of Negation though, of course, so... How do we circumvent that? We can actually do that, I think. Zlobo herbatą. Powoli pianą, kurwa, brother. Copy Vexing Bauble. Did they really just skip their first 2 turns? Yes, they really did. Ooh, they just let this happen. What now, though? Yeah, freelance, so that's a bit rough. How would they not let this happen? They could solo to the construct, that's what I meant. We have enough mana for that, though? I think I'm 1 short. No, I am not. It's fine. I go Mirrorpool, Simic Grove Chamber, and Tolaria West, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. And I need to spend 1, 2, 3 plus. Yeah, that's good. I feel that's good. It is 13. I account for Mirrorpool needing to be untapped. Bronder, czy tobie nie żal? Tu. Giga Chad move. So I guess Titan is gonna be faster, just haste. Otawara the blocker. Very nice line chat. This is the second time I copy a pact with Mirrorpool today. It wasn't particularly relevant, but I did it against Rack. Oh. Vexing Bauble, you say. Stock up, indeed. Pact is a bit weak to your own Vexing Bauble, so don't want to have too many. Imagine when Spike finds out about this. There is no way Amulet is surviving the Spikeling outrage through the bans. I think there is a chance. The Spikeling outrage actually has a pretty... Whoa, Soul Guide, that's for the matchup. I forgot. Good point, chat. But I guess I am at 61 somehow. Is that the third stock up or second bubble? Probably the third stock up. Which the third stock up maybe should go away. Because it's hard to board it in. A bit much. No green mana. -1 Rumble with the stock ups. No, I have to play Rumble because you have to hard test that because Explore is not playable, chat, so I have to play Rumble now. Like, I can't play the unplayable card. And you know, Jongi card in my 30 land deck is quite bad still. We need selection. Ale gówno. Point kept 7, I go to 5 and keep Rumble. What do we put back? Probably GSZ Vesuva, is that true? Explore maybe, I guess, over GSZ, frankly. Think so. I mean, if they're going to Surveil Atraxa, let's do it instantly. I'll play the Saga, I don't want Constructs, and I might want the Soul Guide. Like, if they're gonna Surveil Atraxa, I am glad they do that when I multi 5, right? That's how it works. So that's just strategic. Time their high roll with my low roll, so that our medium rolls clash and better player wins in game 3. Explore is no more. No more what? Char, when your phrases are complete and your questions actually ask me things, they are easier to answer than if they don't. Alright, let's select. Proof that Rumble is broken. Would my opponent pitch to counter my Explore? I mean, I don't know, probably not. They pitched a Faithful Mending. Alright, do you have Goraya? Seems like it. They were like, holy shit, there's so much selection. Me when I select. Just a Psychic Rock, Thoughtseize, Marshflats, and Cosine. Alright, those 4. At least there is no Ephemerate of Atraxa. Yeah. Oh no, they board down on Ephemerates and bring in Consigns. And they say, oh yeah, I can consign my Atraxa dying trigger. And then they don't actually want to because Consign could still like help them survive, so it's just gonna banish EOT. They didn't want you to Keswick the spawn. I mean, if they spend Consign on Atraxa, they don't spend it on my Saga. So, you know, there is still stuff for me to do, perhaps. I don't know what that stuff is, necessarily, but it's mostly just getting fucked. Ghost in the Shell, chat. What a cartoon. I think I watched it when I was 15 or something, and I didn't really understand much of it, and I also fell asleep. It was kind of boring. Was it an option to get Analyst here? Sure. It was not a winning option though, just so that we are on the same page. You watched the one with Scarlett Johansson? How was it? I have not been playing Hades 2. I'm stuck playing Silksong 2. I play games quite slowly, so it's gonna take a while till I finish Silksong, and only after that I will play Hades. Silksong is kinda long also. Yeah, I got to Act 2 and then I ran back to finish like all the unfinished business in Act 1, and I just finished, I think, everything that I was aware of that I could do at the time. So probably in reality it was 60% of stuff, who knows. And tonight perhaps I'll be challenging the Citadel. Or tomorrow, or in the upcoming week. I think I spent 3 days trying to beat the last judge. It's not even the last judge, it's last judge. I'll keep. Please carry my on my way, Mr. Streamer. On your way? Sure. Okay, Wrath of the Skies doesn't exist, by the way. If it does exist, then I don't want to live in such a world. Maybe they will keep a slower hand with Frogster and Consigns, and then I can construct, beat down them. Surveil puts Flooded Shrine into their graveyard. I think we make constructs as I promised. Did my opponent keep 7? They did. Curious targeting Flooded Shrine. That wouldn't be so bad, although you can sack it for value instantly. Wow. Remember when Unmarked Grave was spoiled and we were building Protean Hulk combo decks? Good times. They're not coming back though. Or are they? ... Psychic Frog. Capiche. This is so bad. What do I want to get? Vexing Bauble? Just Amulet? Maybe it's Soul Guide. I think Vexing Bauble looks kinda poor. I was thinking about this yesterday, that if Planar Genesis was 1G, it would actually be so nice. But it isn't, so I guess it's moot. Hate to draw a land in my 30 land deck, yeah. Well, I hate to select a land. Drawing a land is fine. It's when you're selecting lands, that's a bit rough. It's maybe an argument for boarding out a Scapeshift. I would not increase the amount of permanents in my deck, but I guess I could go down to 61 cards. But yeah, it's a bit of a non-ball. Like the way I build my deck is also not the most Rumble friendly. Perhaps, one could argue. If PT top 8 player can choose Hydroelectric Specimen from the Phalagi's ability, you can choose Stock Up from Malevolent Rumble. What would be more Rumble friendly? I Steel Explorers? Not much else that comes to mind really, like just more permanents that you can hit, but except for I Steel Explorer, not much comes to mind. Oh, Jesus. Am I happy if they pitch their entire hand? They have to pitch 3 cards, so they can keep one. Kinda close. They want to fly both frogs. I think I'm better off not attacking right now. But I'm selecting. This is a curious attack, yeah. Well, I mean, they might as well. I think blocking with construct wasn't good for me. Maybe double blocking was. Now I'm somehow stuck with no amulet and nothing. But I guess 3 constructs is not so bad. I guess maybe drawing an artifact is the best for me. Just 15 power. Dobra. They block pitch 3, then I deal 8 to them. Then I have 6 power and I need to top deck artifact still. Dobra, chuj mi na dupę i na imię. Nigdy nie wygrywam tego. No, it's not too bad actually. If I draw Spelunking. If they kept Goriah, then like tough luck. Oh Jesus. Whoops. I should have copied the Saga. That was so poor. I got kind of tilted by my bad draws, but copying the Saga was so much better here. Yeah, making an extra construct here, that would be kind of huge. That would be really huge. I could copy Saga again with Vesuva. No, I couldn't because Vesuva would not be in my hand. I mean, as long as they draw Giga badly, maybe we are still in it, but... Whoa, keep 1 frog to block, that's... a bit crazy, isn't it? I also have 2 minutes. Their hand is clearly bad. That fixes their hand pretty well. And probably lets them win with no trouble. There we consign. Mm-hmm. They will have lethal now. So I think the Lantern didn't really play out well, though. I wish there was something like Lantern that's not as bad. That you actually can cycle and still draw. Like, isn't there cards like this? Like Relic of Argentus, I guess. That's such a good card. But you can't exile your own GY. Scrabbling Claws. Alright, villain, you win. Is Crown a hat? Discuss. Mulligan this, too weak. This is fine. Probably put back Analyst. Because I have to put something back. Ooh. Okay, Emperor Bones. It's good that the stupid Dimir Merc type decks stopped existing. You need selection, I sure do, yeah. Yes, Demir Murktide was consumed by those decks, you could say. I'm drinking Pepsi Twist. Thanks to Pepsi Twist, my blood is overflowing with sugar and I'm able to make better plays. Should you play Belcher and Titan? Maybe at a mountain? Nah. Pepsi Twist was discontinued in the United States in the summer of 2006. That is a long time ago. "2006? We got it's 2025. That was 20 years ago." US band. Horrible draw. Nice draw. Sort of. I guess, sort of. Ay, ay, ay. You have Pepsi Mayo in the Netherlands. I don't believe you. Tefari. You show remorse. I show restraint. Good draw. I think we just should hope for no solitude, maybe? Is that responsible, or should I just T-West Seeming Growth Chamber? Because if they have no solitude, I'm fine anyways. Well, they could dig for like 10,000 cards for solitude. YOLO. I'm clenching my buttocks so hard right now. Yes. What'd I do? Oh, no green mana? Am I stupid? Yeah, pierdolę. I am. I am stupid. Oj, caramba! Jesus, and my opponent just goes Overlord from the Bone Man? Ay, 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 oi. Ay, ay, ay. That's how I feel now. I guess I'll just top deck Scapeshift and win. Bounce Grazer. One of the wildest moves I have ever seen. Main deck Wrath of the Skies. Bro, that's kind of fucked up to play main deck Wrath of the Skies, isn't it? I thought they're gonna blink the Overlord. I guess no. Whiskey in the morning. Yes, it is whiskey. It's the hardest alcohol. Lotus fled. Is that actually good? Kinda is. What now? I think I loop. Or am I stupid? I think I'm stupid. I'm stupid. 5, 6, 7. No, I'm fine. I'm not stupid. Or am I? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not the Lotus Field. Drawing Lotus Field here was actually awesome. We have assembled the loop through the narrowest of windows. Best solo deck. What do you mean? Solo deck. Yellow Canister is Rumble expectedly excellent. Occasionally it's really good, but I feel like most of the time it's shit and I'm getting baited. By Mr. Ellen Bogel. Like the selection is nice when you're looking for an amulet, but in my experience you often don't, so just depends on what you believe you're doing. Best deck to play against the wall. I love playing against the wall. I mean, the wall forced me to do this, right? The wall was like, well, I'm gonna kill you next turn. I just drew 5 cards, so you better rush and move now. To which I said, I understand it. That's fine. Third time we copy Pact today, so today is National Pact Copying Day. Do you think it cool on Magic Online you can choose which flavor you want to win with? What? Do I think it cool? It cool, yeah. Clock could be an issue. Okay. Well, I'm trying to click as fast as I can. Can I still riddle me this? Pre-PT, Amulet only good against Boros, let's not play it. Post-PT, Boros doesn't exist, Amulet is best deck. Yeah, I don't understand that, but just Amulet got supercharged. It just shows that it was mental and not actual like deck building benefits. No nie wkurwia mnie tą solitudą, no. Kurwa, marnowacz czasu, no. Kliknij, wypierdalaj z tym triggerem, leszczu. Dostałem 6 życia i chuj mi z tego przyjdzie, no. Tym bardziej tobie. Where's the next list announcement? Announcement of what? Chat, could you please live in the present for a moment? Ever? How much fun do you have clicking through the combo on 0 to 10 scale? A lot. Although if opponent is a certified time waster, less. Bring in stock ups, let's cut the rumble. Is Mr. Beast bad nowadays? Not necessarily, although he's best against Boros, which there is not as much, and Mr. Beast is kind of not great against combo and not great against consign to memory, so like when you cross out Boros, that just kind of leaves out all of the remaining decks. You think your opponent enjoys Pauper for 12s what a match? For sure. I think opponent would find themselves right at home in Pauper leagues, fighting tooth and nail. Best player you ever faced? I don't know. But I think I'll mulligan this on the draw. It's a bit too glacial. Yeah, mulligan. This is fine. I'll put back a stock up. I don't want to. This is also an example of a hand where I prefer Explore to Rumble. I will not be able to play it on turn 2, so I prefer to cycle it for free later. Because I might need to catch up on mana. Unless I draw Mirrorpool, then I still prefer Explore because it lets me curve into Spelunking, which Rumble wouldn't. Much to think about, chat. Should you learn Amulet for the RC? Yes. Check out my guide to make the process easier and cleaner. Rumble would find a forest, but then I give up selection because I have to pick the forest. See, Explore did as well, so like you. Same thing, really. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump. Explore was better here, yeah. Also, the spawn dies to Felia for free. Do you have Overlord? Hopefully not. It's Witch Enchanter, okay. Mystical Dispute, holy shit, they were a step ahead of my stock ups. A bit annoying, and maybe I will die. That's fine. Maybe they'll blink the Overlord over blinking the... Maybe they'll blink the Phantom over blinking the Overlord. Frankly, would be better. Did shock. Why? Why did we shock? 2 mana? Is that just consign with replicate? We have Emperor of Boners. No, plus 1 Barczol. Second Thieves to Scapeshift for 5 Vestiges. You sound like a real 5 Vestige maniac. I wonder why is that. Guess it will make me destroy land anyways. Can you not search? Yes, yes. On jest debilem tutaj podjaranym Phantomem, więc jest akurat to jest git. To nam ułatwi zwycięstwo w tej rozgrywce. Niestety jesteś skurwysynem, nie? Ale... Wiem jak jest. Oki. Hello, Jean Julia. Jeange. Guess in this matchup I'm punished for playing 2 Dismember only, because that card is truly premium. It is. It does stop the League high rolls. Dobra. Chuj mi w dupę i na imię tutaj in this game. But game 3 we pop off. Rumble milling Forest is gonna be a bit bad. Maybe. Let's hope that it doesn't happen. Did I study French? A tiny bit, yes. I did. Jodassin. To jest Riesler. Chyba, że nie żyje już w sumie, może. Kto wie. I'll add the third Dismember back over the fetch lockup. I think that's a more responsible way to build a deck. Pithing Rumble has been hard tested, I cut it. Typical Polish accent when speaking French. I don't know actually. I don't speak French well enough to discern between different accents. We call it Le Charme Slave. Whoa. Slave? Bro. Not cool. Chad, one time I have learned that in English the words for meat are different than the words for the animals, right? So you have pig, but you eat pork, and you have cows, but you eat, or cattle, but you eat beef. That's because the snob elites ate meat and split on consign maybe, and spoke French, and the poor people who actually lived with the animals did not. So it actually comes from French. Pork, bœuf, veal, similar, I think. Chicken, poultry, I guess, because chicken is poulet. Emperor of Bones, eat Hanweir, timeout pipeline. Nie no, weź nie strasz. Isn't veal an animal? I don't know. Mouton. French in general, like, it feels really pretentious the way it sounds, so I wonder, like, that's probably because of the association of the Frenchman, but it feels like it sounds pretentious even like outside of the connection with Frenchmen. I don't know. Barczek. Czasem się ugryź język, nie? Jak ty coś powiesz, jomuś. This can find Tolaria West. They have 6. Maybe they have 6 to the. Maybe they pass the amulet. I guess. Numer 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 na 17, 13, 14. Tururu, 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 tururu. Et si tout n'existait pas. Oh, I could have just milled the. Well, that's fine. Woodland would also work. Yeah. I mean, I also get Woodland this way. But I have a Titan in play. They hit my Hanweir indeed, so it's a bit of a... Tururu, 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 pururu, pururu, pipupa, papipi, popipu, pipopo, papipu, pipupo, papipi, pipupo, papipi, pipupu, pipopa, pipopo. Solitude should be banned in Modern. If your only way to use it is to time waste, then why are you doing this? Please just concede the game. A tapped out opponent should not interact with you unless their interaction wins. And I activate Analyst. Let me know if you care about that. I'll show you a trick, chat. Well, Ria, it's more likely I actually get nuked by Endurance, which is somewhat plausible still, even though it's not commonly played right now. Yeah, out of Vesper, of course, that's what I meant, literally. Kurwo! Push priorytet, no. Wow. Solitude this. O kurwa, solidydował. And you'd think, yeah, I will just, like, get 2 stock ups, that's fine. No, actually. I'm leaving the stock up on the stack. And I'm performing a loop right now to copy the stock up again and go further into my deck over and over. But how do you win? Well, I know. How? O kurwica, no, dobrze powiedziane. Mój przy kurwą jest, no, nie mogę z niego. Frajerze, komu klok teraz schodzi, co? Oh, hi. Right, I'm not actually doing infinite stock up.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Opponent said, just must be having fun. I had Ashok in hands. Sad face. Well, still have it. Might even say that. I pass. In reality, hasting would take more time than passing. Not really. Because I would optimize for hasting. Maybe not, actually. Would be kinda close. Well, I am aware that battlements are exiled, yes. The past 3 matches... Wait, stop it already? Top 18 time! Kahira the Orphan Guard. This is my quarterfinal. Did you wash your hands? Fully washed. This might be a keep against their deck though. I can make constructs. We beat Kahira the last time we won a challenge. I was in the draw 5 out
He's a
of 6 times
phenomenal
this challenge, by the
control
way.
player.
My streamer is never washed.
Well, I am washed in the area of my hands, at least, though. I wash my mustache after eating? Actually, I do, yeah. I do rinse it. Thank you very much for the sub, Mlex. Orim's chant to the graveyard. Oh no. I can't take it. The Paxi control deck, lol. What's so funny about it? I'll make a construct. Don't want to let my opponent cast a counter spell. And my Spelunking prevent my construct as well. Because I could go tap Boseiju, Hanweir, Crumbling Vestige, Spelunking, put Grove Chamber into play. That would be awesome for my development, but it's not really what I want when a Planeswalker is coming. Opponent pitching. Pitched Spell Snare. I would pitch Spell Snare as well. That card does nothing. Narshet, okay. Kinda rough that the Crumbling Vestige ended in play somehow, but okay. Doesn't help much, I guess, currently. Titan should be an evoke elemental and you discard a land to cast it? How does that make sense? Chad, your ideas sometimes are crazy. Although that would be nice, yeah, I guess. Can haste a construct? I guess I could with a Grazer. Grazer was maybe a bit extreme, but if I get hit by draw 7, then I guess. Two X miss. Not a hidden Autumn's Chant. And a Tefari. If those are misses for your Narset terms, then I don't know what to tell you. Would have been fun watching you cook up a lineup for the Wild Tournament. What's the Wild Tournament? Don't think I know anything about that, so. If we can somehow find Otawara, we are fine, I feel. I think Otawara doesn't matter. It's very far away from being important here. Gonna find Chant. Well, they have Chant already. Supreme Verdict. This is looking tough. Starting now. Now as in like this weekend, right now, 1 PM. It's kind of neat. Maybe I would like to play in a tournament of Hearthstones at some point. Although I played a lot of Wild in September, and then I kind of reached a point where I stopped liking any of my decks because all of them have weaknesses, especially against the animation cancelling combo decks, which are unbeatable. And what is also weird about Wild is that I thought if I can maybe improve my deck somehow, and I went to Hearthstone Wild Reddit because I didn't know where else to go. And all posts there were just talking about how cancerous every deck is. Like, first post, why Hostage Mage is Giga Cancer? And second post, why Seedlock is Giga Cancer? Third post, why combo is Giga unfun to play against? And nobody actually tried to discuss any strategy at any point ever. So I was a little bit sad. Hostage Mage has few if any weaknesses. I found Hostage Mage to be giga beatable if you like add 3 cards for the matchup that are horrible everywhere else, frankly, but that's kind of besides the point. I just wanted to maybe see if people discuss strategy somewhere in the internet, but seems like that wasn't the place. I can win this game. They have Chant and Supreme Verdict, and they will just shoot me on my pants. No use to time waste. I wonder if naming Narset is maybe ever good. TBH is like expecting to go on the Modern Magic subreddit, expecting good discussion. So do you know where could I find strategic discussion of Hearthstone Wild format on the internet? Could you direct me, chat? Because I don't know. There's some discords or anything like that? Are people like actually trying, or is everyone just inherently giga casual? The needle seems pretty stupid. Streams, okay. KVLT underscores, alright. I'll check them out. Googling wild decks usually gives you links to people streaming them in higher legend. Alright. HS Wild Seedlock. Reddit. Seedlock is everything bad about Wild combined. HS Guru. Seedlock Wild deck. HearthstoneDecks.net. Top Legend Hearthstone Warlock decks. Chad Seedlock Wild deck. Sorry, Wild Machine broke again. Rank 4 Legend. From 1 year ago, but from Clark Hellscream. But this being the first result, it was pretty funny. You can also see that, you know, I already clicked it. Darker than the other fonts, right? So I already clicked the link. I already did that. And then they just bitched about like Seedlock being Giga Omega OP, and like I'm here sitting with that deck and like wondering if it's actually any good because the quest line doesn't do anything against all combo decks, which are like 60% of the meta at higher ranks, if not higher. Sure, I guess I keep. This hand is horrible, so like no reason to mulligan it. Sure. Narset, Partner of Wales, has been discarded. Would I be interested in an active Wild Discord community? That's the only place to have good discussions about the meta and deck building. Well, I would certainly like to read up what people who played the format for longer than me and are actually trying, think, and how they build their decks, yeah. Have I seen the new Borlock decks? I have, yeah, they Well, I played against them. I don't exactly know how their lists look like, but it seems pretty powerful. 2 angles of attack. Oftentimes I can stop one and die to the other, so it's a bit problematic. As they match up often. Yeah, Seed Log is the one where you are hitting yourself. The quest is called the Demon Seed, so that's why you call it. And every Warlock deck you just call X block. Because it's a Warlock deck, not because you're locking a person out. Might be wise to just jump, but seems quite solid to pressure them with constructs as well. And of course I cast a selection spell, so like next turn my hand is gonna be excellent. And Wrath of the Skies doesn't exist. Well, if Malevolent Rumble, holy shit, chat. Wild is crazy right now because every deck has a poor matchup spread. Yeah, it felt like that. Like my best decks from the ones I have crafted, which is not that many. O ty śmieciu. Are probably Libram Paladin and Seedlog, but like how the matchups are kinda unwinnable for those as well. Now we have to YOLO. Alright, okay, we got Orim's chanted out of the top 8 chat. Analyst first. No, I just don't get to cast any spells and I have no land, so. Oi! Kahira control is a bad matchup. News flash. How my opponent stabs their toe and... Yeah, I guess they stabbed their toe twice, maybe even.